Good afternoon, my dear viewer. Welcome to today's News Live Younib at 1. My name is Elias Muchina. And to start us off, President William Ruto has denied allegations that he is currently engaging in early campaigns. The president, who is currently on a work tour of Western region, says his current mission is to deliver the development project to Kenyans. The head of state also fired back at Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, who questioned the source of 150 million shillings bonus payment to sugarcane farmers.
Sasa mimi nataka niwaambie wala wanasema tumeanza siasa. Waacheni kuhara mapema. Siasa bado. Siasa bado. Ama namna gani? Sasa mnasema hii. Na siku tukianza siasa yenyewe si mtakimbia. Hawa watu wangoje, maneno bado. Mambo ni mbichi, mambo bado. Wangoje. Ama namna gani? Ati nasikia kuna wengine watu matapeli wanaanza kusema ati nimeanza siasa. Nimeanza siasa gani? Hii kazi ya stima ni ya siasa ama ni mambo yenu? Mambo ya barabara ni mambo yenu ama ni mambo ya siasa? Mambo ya aggregation hapa ya vijana hawa wapate kazi ni mambo ya siasa ama ni mambo ya maendeleo? Mkulima wa miwa akilipwa bonus ati watu wanaanza kuuliza maswali. Hawa watu wametembelewa na shetani. Na tuwaambie washindwe kabisa. So ule mtu ya sijui katikati sijui watermelon ati anauliza maswali hiyo. Kichwa yake ni mzuri kweli mkipima.
Sasa wewe ndugu yetu Kalonzo, why are you engaged in the negativity of negatively profiling people of this region? We want to tell you, Mheshimiwa ndugu yangu Kalonzo, rafiki yangu, if you continue telling lies about others, we'll be constrained to tell the truth about you.
Pilipili usioila ya kuashia nini? Tunaelewana hapo? Kwa sababu wakulima wamepata nafasi, wajimudu wameumia kwa muda mrefu, badala yeye kusherekea, yeye analalamika.
The people of Kenya are united against selfishness. They are united against tribalism. They are united against sectarian politics. And that is why we are standing together. Na tukisema hivi, watu wasiseme tunaongea juu yako. It is only the guilty who are afraid. We are saying the incompetent, the selfish, the tribal have no place in Kenya. Mnataka watu wakuja watuambie hapa mambo ya shares na mambo ya mitego. Ati hawa wa Kenya hawafai kwa sababu hawana shares. Hii Kenya si nchi ya shares, hii Kenya ni ya Wakenya wote.
Sasa huyu si umeona sitima amesema kesho mataa itakuwa hapa. Ingewezekana kama ile mtu ya shares angekuwa hapo.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki says the government will continue to distribute and fund projects all around the nation to make sure no region is left behind, regardless of how it voted in the last election. Speaking during a meeting with Taita Taveta leaders, the DP said Kenya Kwanza leadership under President William Ruto has spent the last 2 years cleaning up the mess left by the previous administration and is now concentrating on launching new projects across the country.
Doesn't matter how one part of the country voted. It doesn't matter how a particular citizen voted. They do not have another government. And the government is not partisan. Government is for the republic. Kibaki used 5 years to deal with the macroeconomic stability after the presidency of Daniel Arap Moi. President Uhuru used 5 years to deal with macroeconomic issues which had arisen. President Ruto has used 2 years to deal with the macroeconomic stability. The work that remains in the next 2.5, 3 years now is now microeconomic growth, incomes at household level.
On to other stories, Grace Njoki, a protester who interrupted the press briefing of CS Health Deborah Barasa at Afya House, was arrested yesterday by people believed to be police officers while she sought for medical service at a hospital in Isili. Grace, who spent the night at Capitol Hill Police Station, is expected to be arraigned in court for what the DCI says she created disturbance.
please reach out to us. We need to come forward and make known our statement. She did not speak on her own account alone. She spoke on your behalf. If this is the actions that the ministry has sought to take, we are asking, let every Kenyan who was affected in those 2 days by a failure of the system also stand up and speak now, so that we stand together. Our national anthem speaks of unity and justice being our shield and defense.
Forced through Parliament. The courts ruled against the regulations. They were defective. We tried to repair them. They are defective. Practically, and I'm representing the people of Makueni, there are very many people who are paid share fully, and still they've got to go back to their pockets to pay a balance, or they have to fundraise. I have a number of cases, and I want to tell President Ruto, the truth of the matter is, because this matter was never consulted properly, it has failed Kenyans, it is a failure, and we should not use a law which is passed through Parliament by force. We should use a law where all Kenyans agree with.
I want to seek for treatment at London Hospital because I was sick, and I'm so a security person who I had seen earlier in Kenyatta, and I even asked him, what are you doing here? So I sensed that I was being followed, and he claimed he had a patient, and I can identify even when I see him. That time when I went to collect my results, I saw him, and he appeared from nowhere and he greeted me. So I told them I was coming to collect my results because they were inquiring what I had gone to do. So when I saw him at London, I was uneasy, but he claimed he had a patient. Less than 10 minutes later, and a lady, and they told me they wanted to take me somewhere. I asked them what I had done or where they were taking me. They refused to tell me. I asked them, why are they arresting me? They refused to tell them. They told me I was not being arrested. Then I asked them, why do you want me to go with you? So one of them, the gentleman, actually there were two. They told me, upende usipende utaenda, utatoka hapa. So I felt threatened. And I asked the lady, where are you taking me? Why are you coming for me? They did not clarify. And then I asked them, why are you arresting me? They did not clarify anything. They just told me, upende usipende ujue utaenda. So now is when, after that is when I called my son. I told him what was happening, and I called my husband. And they grabbed my phone. They took it from me. And since then, I have not seen my phone.
Is 50 million Kenyans who are not able to receive proper medical or proper health care. So even if you keep on harassing Grace, the majority of us are behind her. The majority of us are suffering.
On matters education, Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos says the Social Health Authority will ensure that everyone has access to health care. Speaking at the program student registration launch in Likoni, Mombasa, Migos and other leaders urge Kenyans to sign up in huge numbers so they can receive healthcare services.
We have about 15 million learners registered in our primary and secondary schools in Kenya. All of these are targeted for this registration, and as a Ministry of Education, we applaud the timing of this exercise since our schools have less restrictions during term 1 as opposed to term 3 when we roll out examinations.
Hakuna serikali inaenda kwa hospitali. Maradhi ni yako binafsi. Mfuko ni wako binafsi. Mtu akiamua kusikiza porojo, na hizo porojo ni za wale watu ambao wenyewe wanaweza kugharamia matibabu yao, ole wake.
Tuweze kuwadhibiti watoto wasitoke nje. Naomba kwa unyenyekevu, waziri, uzungumze na mwenzako wa ASALS tuweze kupata ile relief food.
Serikali 10,000. Kina mama tutazaa hatuzai. Mimi pia nataka nizae, mimba yangu ya mwisho nimtaje Daktari William Ruto. Nimtaje, manake SHA iko. Shida iko wapi kama kuna SHA? Kama nikizaa na kisu siombi hilo, nalipiwa 30,000 kwenda mbele. Nikizaa normal nalipiwa shilingi 10,000. Kitambo ilikuwa 2,500 na shilingi 5,000 kwa cesarean. Kisha bado tunataka kutia porojo, tunataka kutia propaganda. Jamaa, wakati wa propaganda si sasa jamaa.
Na wakati walipokuwa katika serikali walikuwa wakisema ya kwa inafaa. Leo wameharibu, wakamwaga unga ukaingia mchanga. Wanataka na sisi tumwage maji ya moto, tusiwe na kiteo, tusiwe na chochote. Tunawaambia my friend, sisi wajinga walikufa.
Still on matters education, learning was paralyzed in the Technical University of Kenya after lecturers and staff officially donned their tools following the conclusion of a 7-day strike notice period. They claim to have physically informed Parliament, the Treasury and the Ministry of Education. Some of the grievances include non-payment of salary since September and the institution's failure to remedy educations, including NHIF, deduction, including NHIF, NSSF and SACCO's contribution.
Leo hii siku 23rd of January, sisi walimu wote na wafanyikazi Chuo Kikuu cha Teknolojia Kenya tumeanza mgomo pension ambayo sasa iko chini ikiwa na 5.3 billion. Na sisi tutaibukua pipi.
Employees in TUK have not received their December 2024 net salary. I wish we were whispering, because it is really shameful that on January 23rd we are asking about salaries of what? December 24. The employer has failed for many months and many years, in some instances, to remit statutory and third-party deductions.
Residents of Koguta in Nyakach, Kisumu County are now demanding for concrete efforts by security agencies to help curb the rising insecurity cases in the area. Some residents have been forced to flee their homes due to intensified threats by gang members. Two people have also been killed, with herds of cattle having been stolen over the same period of time. Here is the report.
Kama saa 4:30 hivi wakavunja mlango, wakaingia ndani, wakachukua ng'ombe. Badala ya kuchukua ng'ombe walinipiga. Unaona hii mawe ndio ilitoa. Hapa kichwa kuna usi, hapa kuna usi kwa sababu ya uwezi.
Mwezi hiyo tena wakakuja wakaiba ng'ombe 3. Sasa ninaishi kwa shida, sina amani. Hizo ng'ombe wakati nilipata nilienda nikauza. Na hizo ng'ombe nilikuwa napata pesa kidogo juu nilikuwa nauza masewa. Sasa hiyo masewa kuna watoto naye wanateseka. Sina amani.
Hiyo order ya sue to kill hatujaona ikifanyika, kwa maana maaskari wao wanapiga tu bunduki juu. Sijui wanawafukuza au wanawaona na wataki kuwapiga.
Watu angalie, sababu tunaumia. Tuwezi lala, police station iko hapa karibu, lakini tujaona kitu mzuri sana. Mabadiliko tujaona, bado tunaona tu kifo.
Wananchi washirikiane na vitengo vya ASTU, chief na manaibu wa chief pamoja na vitengo vyote vya usalama ili kuhakikisha tunapata usalama wa kudumu. Sisi tukiwa mbele alafu wao wanatufuata nyuma ili tutembee hiyo safari kwa pamoja.
On matters sports, Cabinet Secretary Sports Salim Vuria conducted an inspection of the Talanta Sports City construction. The CS acknowledged the steady progress of the projects, asserting that there is still work to be done to ensure the facility hosts AFCON 2027. Talanta Stadium alongside Kasarani Stadium have been marked as the venues of the tournament to be co-hosted by Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda.
Na hapa kuna kazi nyingi zinaendelea. Ukiangalia sehemu ya juu hapa kuna kazi inaendelea kutayarisha mahali zile terraces ambayo mashabiki wengi wataweza kuketi. Hata jengo mahali limefika bado litaendelea tena juu kama mita zingine 20. This is a legacy project for His Excellency the President, and it is also a legacy project for our youth in the country, because this facility here will be done with the international standards. You see, doing the infrastructure is one thing, and we will be coming back to you with a very clear strategy on how all the infrastructure, this one and others in the country, how they are going to be managed, how they are going to be maintained.
My dear viewer, we've come to the end of our news today. My name is Elias Muchina. Thanks to all who made this news a success. Do have yourself a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.